So today we are going to be looking at a coffee alternative called mud water. Now, I don't know about you, but as I go through the entrepreneur thing, I went through a phase of drinking 2, 3, 4 cups of coffee every day, and I was a mess. I wouldn't be able to get to sleep on time. My sleep would be interrupted. I'd be really anxious and jittery during the day, and not to mention that coffee crash. So over the last couple years, I have been going back and forth between completely removing coffee from my diet to also looking for coffee alternatives. And one of those coffee alternatives I've used for Sigmatic in the past and also mud water. So these coffee alternatives are popping up because really when it comes to performance, getting a smooth energy fix and being able to focus and just be productive without the ADHD-like effects of your attention going everywhere, a lot of these, there's been a lot of brands pop up in the space for coffee alternatives. And the one we're going to be talking about today is mud water. So mud water is an actual alternative to coffee in that it does still contain caffeine, but they contain about 1/7 the amount of caffeine required. I do also want to preface by saying that this is not a sponsored video. We, with these brand audits, will pick products we use that we love, that we've had a great experience with, and just dig into what they're doing so that you can actually learn the ins and outs and get inspiration from other types of niches and other kinds of products for what you can do to improve your customer experience and scale your brand. So if you wanted to nominate another brand that you want to see us do this audit for in the future, please drop that comment below. But let's jump into this one. So mud water, you can find them at mudwtr.com, and let's jump into what they do. So the first thing I really love about mud water is they do have multiple products, but I love the way that they package it. So if we go down to, so the first thing they actually have is they push all site traffic to a intro offer that they have. So this intro offer is great because mud water, unlike other subscription companies, they treat this experience not as you just substituting coffee, but they actually want to become your new morning ritual. And they, first off, make this more than the product they sell. They make it about a lifestyle choice for someone who wants a little bit more. And what I love that they do is this intro offer they don't just say like, hey, get 30 packs and save 10% off your first purchase. They've actually put together a starter kit, it comes with a free frother and 30 servings of mud. So if you look at what's in this kit, here's exactly what you get. So you get a free frother, 30 servings of mud, and it makes it really easy to get someone kind of started. And so when you look at barrier to entry for someone using your product, is there a way that you can easily create that new ritual in someone's life by adding in a free tool that they can use? So mud water is genius because if you need a frother to actually elevate your coffee game a little bit, or your mud game as they say, then that's awesome. And they give you literally the tools to have the awesome first cup experience. And then essentially what they're doing, they've done a really great job at giving you the tools you need to literally integrate this into your daily life. And when it comes to subscription services, that is absolutely something you need, because when you can get someone to use your product and use it easily and have an awesome first experience and make them keep wanting to come back, that's when you're going to have people sticking with you, choosing your brand over alternatives, and sticking to that to increase your lifetime value. So I think that the use of their starter kit to reduce the barrier to entry and add a free gift with that free frother, talk about value. No other company like coffee substitute subscription I've seen online offers that as a ritual in a box experience. So that's something I really, really love. In terms of their product page, their packaging, everything is really, really on brand. So we'll take a look at some of the other ways they've bundled their product for a different experience and offering different SKUs. But when we look on their brand, on their website, on their packaging, it's very minimalist, it's very black and white and chic. So what I love about their product page is they've got great product photography that really sells what they are doing. So it sells, here's what comes in the pack, here's how you use it, just one scoop in a tumbler. Here's what the unboxing experience looks like. I think their use of photography to really showcase what you're going to get is awesome. The second thing I want to say is that I love how they've summarized their features here. So a lot of brands will kind of wait until they get down. Okay, they don't have that. I'll show you in another page, but a lot of brands don't make it easy for the customer to really understand the benefits of the product or ingredients list. And they've made it really simple to give the customer the information they need right off the bat in order to make an experience. Also, they have this slider here that is just going through some of their reviews to build that social proof. Okay, so this is one thing that they have. Let's head over to some of their products. Okay, shop. So if you want a different way, and what if you've purchased the starter kit and you're now a mud convert? Okay, so here's what they have. They have the 30 serving starter kit, right? Which is really the lead domino to a productive day. So this is to change anything, having that morning routine is number one. So again, they're just reinforcing that 30 serving starter kit. Second, what if you want to purchase just the tin or creamer or sweetener? So here's literally what they're doing is they're treating it so that if you purchase the 30 serving starter kit, what if you want add-ons? So this is one way I definitely recommend you test it to see what is a good way to get people to do those upsells, whether it is a one-step upsell at checkout, or if you treat it more like, all right, I'll add this to my cart. And then you scroll down and say, ooh, yep, I do want the creamer, add to cart. And they just make it really, really, really simple for you to understand what other products they have to enhance your experience. So let's say, and you can shop in a tin, or you can have different, they've packaged their products in a different way just in case you want a smaller amount. So it's really like choosing the experience you want, and you can get the whip if you want, which is great. So another thing that I love when we point this out is that they focus on their story here. So, or their philosophy. This is really important in terms of when you focus on selling a product that's just really focused on being the best non-coffee alternative, and you really get into the features and benefits and what kind of mushrooms you use and what quantity and where they're sourced, that's really granular. But the reason why people shop with you is going to be that emotional connection, your story, and because they want what you have created. So you can see here that they have a philosophy that really leads everything that they do. I fell into the commonly held belief that coffee would allow me to do more and do it better. Soon I was drinking 3 cups of coffee per day and began to experience anxiety, jitters, really poor sleep, which led to a variety of other negative side effects. So do you remember when I was telling my story at the beginning of this? I hadn't read this yet. I knew this was here, but literally this is what every coffee drinker goes through, but then the ones that make the switch want something different. And this is something I can so resonate with because they literally created a need for people like me. And this causes me to identify with this brand as a solution to my problems because they literally spelled out what the problem they were experiencing was. And now on the other side of that, developing mud, they were able to actually get the experience they wanted without. Now their sleep is great, no jitters, lower anxiety, and just better flow and energy throughout the day. Okay, so including this and leading your customer into the story you tell and how you literally discovered your product or what led you to develop your product is something that is a massive differentiator that a lot of people are not getting into, if that makes sense. They're not, a lot of starter brands are really focused on, ooh, I have to be competitive on pricing with other brands in my space, or ooh, I have to have better features, I have to have better benefits. But actually, it's not about that. The reason why people shop with you, especially when you have an off Amazon brand, the reason they shop with you is because of the emotional connection, because of your story, and because of the unique experience they get with you. So that is absolutely something you want to lean into. And I absolutely love that Mudwater shares that philosophy with their audience. All right, I'd like to highlight a couple of things they have on their product page. So number one, they have a summary of what it is. They also, because this is a consumable, they have nutritional facts, they have certifications, they have their frequently asked questions, which is super important because if you go really bare bones on your FAQ or the information that you show on your product page, if someone can't easily find an answer to a question they have about a concern regarding your product, they're going to leave and look for a solution that seems to better answer that, right? So you want to absolutely have your FAQ here, but also one thing I really like that they have, yes, they have reviews, but look at these questions they offer. So these questions, instead of just having like a customer service widget where people are privately messaging you questions, what if, and this is taking the Amazon approach where, going into the questions, you can get fast customer service, but also I can see like, ooh, hey, yes, I have hypertension. I don't, but I have hypertension. Okay, what do they have to say about that specific situation? And so I love this questions widget so much. All right, the last thing I want to say is that going back to, there's a lot I want to say about this brand, but going back to their homepage, one thing I do love is this. They have a call to action to try their leading product, right? That ritual. Second, they have everything about their product. What is Mudwater? Okay, here's how to use it. Certified and lab tested. What about the mushrooms they use? And then you can go into specific nutritional benefits of each ingredient with that. Because what if I'm not familiar with, I know that mushrooms are a superfood or certain kinds of mushrooms are, but what are the specific benefits of each kind of mushroom that they include, right? And so going through this, I love how they do a deep dive into this. And, okay. Then the last thing I promise, although I think you guys are enjoying this, a couple things I really love. They don't just sell a product. They help you use it in different ways. So here's how else you can use Mudwater as a coffee substitute. You can make energy bites, mud smoothie. This blog integrating your mud product into different consumers' everyday habits and what they use it to make is just going to increase their love of your product and to continue using you and being their coffee substitute of choice. So there's this I love as a blog for a value add for their audience. And the other thing is trends with benefits. All right, so the difference between the recipe side, which is how to practically use their product with different kinds of food, ingestibles, etc., they also have a blog. And so they've decided to focus their blog on specific health benefits. And their blog does go into psychedelics, into stories, how quitting coffee brought back my dreams. Anyway, using a blog to really showcase your ethos, your message, and what your tribe really believes in and cares about learning about. So I think they've done an excellent job here. I've summarized some of their main benefits, and I hope that you through this are encouraged to try Mudwater. Again, not a sponsor, but quitting coffee and looking for coffee alternatives and switching to decaf has absolutely changed my life, and I hope that you can be inspired to take drink less cups of coffee. But apart from that, guys, thank you for watching this brand audit. Again, if you have a brand that you want to nominate for a future brand audit, be sure to leave it below, and I will talk to you soon. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future content like this. The one last thing I will say is that if you are an existing e-commerce store owner with your own physical product and you would like to join a high-end advanced mastermind and mentorship community to help you scale your e-commerce brand, then below, be sure to apply to our Scale Mastermind and we'll hop on a quick call, see if you're a fit, and get you the help that you need to get your brand to 7 figures and beyond. Anyway, talk to you in the next video.